On today's video, I'm going to be talking about releases, on how to create fixed version, and also how you can write release on Jira. And I know I'll highly encourage you to first watch my video of what is release and release planning. So then hopefully then this can make so much more sense than you just watching this video first. And welcome back to Aisha Scrum platform. I'm very happy to have you all today. And if you've been finding my content valuable, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate you all being here today. So let's get back to my board. So I know in my previous video, we've covered roadmap. We covered backlog, board, reports, issues, and all of that. So in today, like I promised before, that we're going to cover release. So for release, let me click on this release icon. And as soon as I click the release icon, Jira brings me to this board. It's saying that currently I have no release, right? Version help you package and schedule project delivery. So it's basically defining what a release is, like, because sometimes depending on your company, you might be releasing based on completion of a feature. You might also be releasing based on sprints, depending on what your company do. Or maybe if you keep all those partial increments for multiple sprints, and you have one big release every quarter or maybe every end of a PI. So Jira is basically telling us like this version help you package and schedule project deliveries, which is for the release, and add version to start collection and releasing your work. So in order for me to able to link a fixed version to a story or any PBI item, I have to first create the version itself. And before I create a version, I would like to first let you all know that sometimes when you go to a company, you might not have the access to create version. And I'm saying this because I know that this once happened to me when I went to a company and I found this place blank and I tried to hit create and it won't let me create. So that might be something that you might have to maybe ask access for the Jira admin so you can now able to create version. And it's very popular too. Sometimes you go to a company, they don't use it at all, right? Sometimes some team members have no clue about this and they're still like stuck with their spreadsheets in using spreadsheet. But it's gonna be like tracking the next release or the next what the team plan to deliver. You just use this fixed version to track all those releases in your backlog. So one place to have that is going to be here, create version, or sometimes too at work too, if you already have multiple versions created, you can see create new version up here column. All right, so for me to create the version, I'm just going to hit create. And when I create, it's asking me what's the version name. I know I like to use volumes because sometimes when we are releasing, it has like multiple steps for the releases, and we leave some parts of this increment sprint to sprint, Then I hit V for the volume, volume 1.1. So that's basically the name of this release is volume 1.1. But to be honest, you can name it anything your team will like, or name it anything that you think it's right based on what your team agree on. And start date, usually I don't put start dates, but I know like for some company that are releasing based on futures, they'll tend to put like how many of those their start date and also the end dates. But it's very crucial, very important for you to have an end date. And for me to put an end date, I'll say I want this release by in a quarter. I want this release by Friday the 28th. And then in the description, it's very nice to put what you plan to release. Bug fixes. So that's what we plan to release for this date. And then I hit save. And as soon as I hit save, you will notice that it gives me my version here, volume 1.1. It's telling me my status of this fixed version. It's on release yet. Currently, there's no issues because I did not link any issues to this release. And the start date I left blank. And the release date, hopefully we're targeting this based on like our velocity and all our prediction we've done together with the stakeholder, with the team and the PO. And this is what the dates that we came to agree on together, all of us as a team. And then for me to further dive into this fixed version, I just have to click on it and open it. So when I now open my fixed version, it also gives me like a full detailed view of the fixed version. At the top still, it tells me it's on the project, it's on the Aisha Scrum project, and the releases, we might have multiple releases in one project. So for this one, for this release is volume 1.1, and currently it's unreleased. And that's the date. It's even counting down the days, which is so much what I love about Jira. It makes everything so simple and easy. And 77 days left before our release, which is really nice. And new functionality and bug fixes, that's what we plan to release on this day. And so the next thing is asking, add the work that's needed to get ready for your release, like design, release notes, analytic dashboard, and more. So we can add related work here too if needed, like you can add the issue. Because right now it is blank, right? So currently it's saying I have 0 issues in the version, I have 0 done, and I have 0 in progress. Because as of right now, I didn't link any issues to this fixed version. And for me to do that, I have to go back to my backlog. And if I go to my backlog, then I can start linking fixed version. And it's very important to know that sometimes you can see that one fixed version can be used for multiple sprints. It all goes back to what your company is doing and also how they want to track releases at work. You can also sometimes see that there's a release for each PI, or there can be a release for each sprint if you release sprint to sprint. So it depends. And sometimes I've seen teams that don't have no fixed version because the engineering manager once told me that I assume everything in the backlog should be releasable. It is true. That's what we should be always constantly to work on. But sometimes too, there might be minor fix here and there that might not be released. I think fixed version will better help us better plan and group and readjust as we see fit. All right, for me to link this version to my story, I just come here and open, for example, let's say I want to link my fixed version to this AIS 7. So I just come here, I click on it. And when I click on it and it's going to open up the story, then I go under fixed version. So right now it's saying my fixed version is none. I didn't link anything to it. So for me to do that, I'm just going to click on here and automatically my recent version that I created showed up. So in your company too, if you have like multiple fixed version, it's going to show underneath here. So that's why sometimes you should write down your own version name so you can type it in so it will quickly pop up. But in this case, this is like a demo case, so that's why automatically it just showed me the only one I have in my board. But I know sometimes at work, it can be a lot of them. So then I hit V1.1, and that's it. So now I have related this issue to this version. Issue AIS 7 is now related to volume V1.1. And sometimes to our work, when you link your version to your story, you're going to see the version in your backlog view. You're going to see the version name outside. For some reason, this Jira, I think it's not showing me here. Maybe I have to like configure that and add it into the view. Maybe in my next video, I might show you how to do extra configuration in your board. So now that I've linked this one, I will now go back and link all of them to the version. Just go back to the same thing. You click on it and you click on the version. You may have to search it if it's a lot at work and it's already linked. I'll do that for all of them. Now I've linked all the fixed version to the issues that we all agreed and deemed releasable by that date of the April 2023. Then for me to go and double check and look at the release, I just have to go back and click release. Then I now open the version. Then it gives me a full summary about the version I have. What I like about this is like it makes things so simple. At the top, it says I have current 4 issues on this version in this release. So far, we've completed 1. 1 has been done, and we have 3 in progress and 0 in to do. So, and also if you look at it here, it tells you the priority of the issue. This is a high priority. And also it tells you the type of the issue. This is a story. It gives me the project key and also the description of the summary of the issue and who is working on it, because this is important, right, for following up, and also the status for each of the release. And when I do attend like my pre-release planning meetings, I always like to share this board because it's very important, right? Because I have to ensure with everyone in the team that we all are still in the line and in track in having all these issues that will be part of this release in April 28. And if not, what are we taking out? What are we adding? And also what is going to be remained, or if there's any blockers or any issues that we foresee that might prevent this release from happening in April 28. And as we continue to work in the sprints, I'm also like bringing up this to ensure that there is alignment between our workload and also what we plan for us to release. And it's very important for me to say that when it comes to Agile, it's not like the predictive model whereby the cost is fixed, the time is fixed, and the scope, right? And we all know with Agile, we always look at the velocity of the team, what the stakeholder and the PO want, and also value, right? The value is very important. And as much as we are willing, the stakeholder is willing to negotiate with the PO, and then the PO will bring it to the team and negotiate with the team. And we don't want to compromise quality. We don't want to compromise building it faster just to hand it over. But always we want to focus building the high quality value to give to our end users. So that's why a lot of companies do Scrum, because due to the flexibility of at least one of that in the triple constraint. So that's one simple way to track it. And in your meeting, you will continue to bring this up, and it can be you, the Scrum Master, facilitating, or the PO facilitating. But our role as a Scrum Master is to ensure that everything that's in here is still in line with everyone with the team. And if there's any tasks that's still in to do, let's say the time is getting closer and we see all of these tasks that's still left in to do, and you still have to ask the team, oh, by the way, are you all still comfortable and ensure that we can make this by this release date? If so, if not, what else can we do? Or how can we resolve it? Is it still of a value, or what else change, right? Because sometimes this list too can change. So it's the constant communication, constant following up, very, very important. And as we get those data, we keep updating it. But currently looking at this board, looks like a lot of stuff are already in progress, stuff is already in testing, and we still have 77 days left. But it's very important for you as a Scrum Master to always show your release board and also bring this up with the team and also collaborate with your PO just to ensure that you are releasing the right thing and also what the customer asked for. So this is just one way to track release and also one way to link issues on releases. And if you've been finding my content valuable, do not hesitate to like and subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate you all. And if you're interested in mentorship, do not hesitate to email me at admin@aishascrumtech.com. I will see you again in my next video. Thank you very much for watching my video.